How's it going for everybody right now? Lagging for like me for some reason. But I really want to talk about this new service tool. Sorry, programming languages C. We stumbled upon like variables and stuff, like how many floats are continuing and how like they correlate to ASCII as well. So that was kind of like the thing I like before. Like the type of conversions, every single thing, like because we think we did this before. My float and press that, and that can be 9. But if you put like a point to it, it's just gonna be 9. F is 3. Or maybe 1F, I think. I never tried 1F before. Try it right now. 1. Yeah. So that's all the data types we should probably know about. They just show like no, data conversions, like they show just like how minimalist you can go with the codes you were given. It's time to be different. More on the cons off. Cons. The 16. That is print. Hour. F. This would show about like what their correlations are. Yeah. So DN is basically the digit number codes that would show up the plane. So that's something to be highlighted with as well. So yeah, please be highlighted with that. I am not gonna be considering that's gonna be a different point of view anymore, since well, it's a bit technical. Same thing with the operators, though it's still the same as usual. Like remember, is plus, minus, times, and divide. This is like modulus. Modulo. That's something like that. So now, int 1 equals 100. Two is equal to 1. One. 2 plus some. So if you're already guessing what like the output of this, so this was 150. 150 plus 250 is 450. And 450 plus 450 is 800. No, it's 900. Yeah, 900. So the total would be 900, I think. Anyway, that's right. F. Hurry. And if we total that, I know, sorry, I forgot about this. Turn. Yeah. Oh, I'm a bit off. Am I right? 150. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, 400. I guess I was a little bit off on that one. Now time for the arithmetic operators. I think this is already self-explanatory at this point. X equals 10. Y. Print F. X plus Y. Y. F. Y. And with print F. Still gonna do these D and then finally get the plus 1 to X. Divided by Y. Print F is if we run this, 13,730 is 3 and 1. So yeah, basically that's what the all operators do. It's kind of basic, to be honest with you. There's another thing like the double one, because you're wondering what double is. It's basically 2 digits of the code of the number, basically like a float but a bit smaller. 0. So if you print N and then C divided by D. So yeah, if we do that, it's gonna be negative 200. Something something or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, this is what's. Oh no, never mind. F. My bad, I didn't put a float on it. Okay, so it's gonna be a 3.3, which is something like a pi or something. Remember? Average with gecko. So yeah. And the weird part about this is this also works like int x 5, and then x is plus plus x, because normally some codes goes to x plus plus, but in C it is this. So print f, then we're just gonna x. So this is gonna be 6. This basically the plus means plus 1. So int x. Same thing still applies as well. So minus x print f and x. And if you result into that, that's basically it. I don't know what to tell you, because eventually this would become useful if you're doing for loops, so you don't have to keep doing it anymore. So something like that will definitely make sense. But what happens if you don't have any values? Like what happens room 0, and then people in room is plus plus, and people plus plus again, one more plus plus again, and then print f and then people in room and n, and then people room. So technically this is still valid as it is. Whoops, I meant to put a minus there. So it's just basically just gonna be 3, but in the next one it's just gonna be 1 minus 1. So yeah, it's gonna be 3, and then it's gonna be just like 2. Yeah, 3, 2. So yeah, keep in mind this would become useful one day if you're making like an arrays list, because the length definitely matters in C. It's not like you can just put any number you want and then it's just gonna work like that easily. Yeah. But I think this is also explanatory as well, because like savings is equal to 100, and if you want to add savings to 50, and then print f totals savings. You're gonna slide savings. If you run it, that's basically it. It just pluses up anyways. I don't know why. It's nothing special. It's just kind of like the things. If you don't want the plus plus, the better skip. You just plus any amount you want. So as long as it's just like plus n equals 2. But here's something also. You know, in if statements, just put if. Here, find it if it's a print. So print tf d and then age and 18. God, my bad. So yeah, instead of true or false, it just puts 1, which is 1 true and 0 false. It's self-explanatory as it is. But yeah, you can definitely see the big differences. Here's another example as well. Int password word 5 and print f and n is equal or greater than 5. Print f and then less than 8. So one of them is going to be true, one is going to be false. Whoops. 8. My bad. Yeah, one is going to be true, one is going to be false. Yeah, so that's like the end result on that. Kind of self-explanatory, ain't it? But I'm not getting too ahead of myself either. Probably. I mean, so printf admin. Notify that this like alert kind of text means it has to be false. So yeah, I don't want anybody to get confused. So not bug. And if we run this, yeah, regular user logged in has access 1, and if not, 0. I think it's more explanatory than this, but knowing C, it is very getting confused every time. So yeah, I probably should be more aware of that and understand. But sometimes I like to just, for some reason, kind of helps a lot. One, two, three, four. Now here's something that actually makes a difference, and you should probably keep note of this, like me. Because, print F. And 2. So, this is very much indeed as it is. It's a very something that I should probably be notified as. The circle brackets here, you may know, without it, it would just be direct. So these things would just be like 2, but this would be first. So 3 times 4 is going to be 12, and plus 2, so it's 14, and this would be like 5 plus 4 is 20, so this is going to be 12 and 20, I think. Yeah, 14 and 20. Yeah, so that's like making the big difference here. So please be highlighted of that, and please, whoever makes code like this, be very much aware. Yeah. Another example of this as well. Hold on one. Five. So yeah. So yeah. So something that like that would happen. So yeah. Sure, and then run this. Worked. So yeah. Now time for booleans. Booleans basically just means true or false. It's just full program being fun. False. Full is fish. AC. And then printf. Simple as that as well. One and then printf. Run that. Am I doing it right? Wait a minute, hold on a sec. Oh yeah, I forgot you should include if you return that, or if you run that, it works. Kind of weird. 0 and 1. So yeah, again, 0 is false, 1 is true, and it's kind of like the general comparison contrast of others as well. So please be highlighted of that. But be mindful that booleans are also the indicators of like in like arrays. If your name is in the list or in the array, it will become true or false. So be mindful of it. Okay, how about more of an example is my age 25 and then int putting age. Age printf d and then my age do 1. Simple as that. So yeah. And the other one is the if statement. Basically it's very simple. So if 20 is 18, again with the same thing as well. Printf you're allowed, else f you're not allowed. So yeah, pretty basic, but let's try it a little bit more complex, I think. So like example, int is x equals 20 and int y equals 18. So if x y and then print f, so x is greater so yeah, simple and very simplistic of like what booleans are. I think we're just gonna skip with the else Because I definitely show you guys what else is. Like basically the opposite of if. If it's not true, else goes to false. So yeah. But what about else if? Does it still correlate the same? Like this, so say for example, time, 2, 2, go to this, so print f, good morning. Time, 20, f, good day, false. So yeah, good evening. If none of those application applies, what happens? Oh, sorry, my bad. 10. And that's so make many mistakes, even though I kind of just work it. Right? So, how about it's 9? Good morning. Good morning, gentlemen. So yeah. So in time, 20. But needless to say, it's like the shorthand version of like the statement. So yeah. So yeah. And if you run this, but like good evening. So simple. And I don't want to like overthink it at least at this point. But I like to keep my notifications in check as well. So yeah, I don't really want to confuse software my programming languages as well. So yeah. So yeah. But now there's something called a nested if. Basically means there's 2 if statements. So yeah. But these 2 if statements correlates as well. So technically example, if x and so yeah, so if y is a, y is also greater print x is then so yeah. So if we run that, happen. But what would happen if I put 9 here? Would y also be in? And of course, not. It's because in a nested one, you're basically putting like a subfolder in one code over another. So technically that's how it works. All right, there's also another more better examples of that. Like say for example, age is 20 and the bowl true. If age is Ethan, go. And we're gonna put an if statement as well. So if basically, okay, remember if you're just putting like the bowl inside, it's basically if it's true. So print and are you can print, but then else. This is from the outside as well. So, not old enough. So yeah, old enough to vote and you're the citizen. But if you put like 10, you're not allowed to vote anything. So this is gonna happen. Not enough to vote. Yeah. So yeah, so don't be more like difficult making your if statements difficult, because the more difficult you make to understand your if statement, the more harder for the computer to understand what the thing you're doing. So yeah, please be mindful of that. Now we're going with the or. And what or is, basically it's this. So 200 B is 3, 500 A is greater than B, and C is A. Oh, sorry, and this is a example of and. Like before, if these two are through, go. So condition are if you what conditions are through. So yeah. And this is the other one that's also pretty fun to understand. So it's A is greater than B, or A is C. So here's the fun part about learning this one. At least one condition is true. So what this does, basically, if either one is true, then the condition is still going to be true, even if one is false. So technically, more like a switch thing. Even if you turn it on, if you turn it off, something will be true eventually in that point. So if you turn it off, it turns off. Turn on, turn on. So something that kind of logic. But here's another, and something that I think that should be more notified than what is. So int A 33 and int B 200, and if A is B. A is not greater than. So this would be like it's qualified resort. So A is not greater than B. So yeah. If the if statement itself inside is false, or maybe true in it will activate that. So basically, think of it as like false, false, true, true, something like that. So this would be another one. Level 2. Print F. Yeah. Yeah. Wait a minute. So yeah, so int if I is 0, and the value positive, zero. Yeah, so last one is else. So yeah, if we run this, value is a positive number. So yeah. Really about it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Much appreciated if you guys stick around as well. I'm kind of more appreciative making these videos. I know that some people would say that if nobody's watching you still in live, don't keep doing this. But I'm just gonna keep trying anyways. I don't know, improvement does make better stuff. So yeah, I thank you guys for watching and bye.